Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Here I'm going to show you a tutorial for Henry Criss Fabulous 4 Aces. It's a classic of Magic. This is a version that I've been doing for close to 25 years, okay? So here is how it works. You get the 4 aces out, you put them in chased order. I have them from my right to my left: clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds. This is from a shuffle deck in use. What we're going to do is we're going to lose the aces in the pack and then find them again. So what you'll want to do is you're going to spread through and find the first 7 that you come to. I cut it to the face of the packet, and then I do a Brawy reversal just to reverse the 7 on the bottom of the deck. So now I have a 7 face up on the bottom of the pack. Just to keep this complete, Brawy reversal, you're going to pick up on the 7 and hold a little finger break. I then cut half the cards that are below the break, and I flip them face up and place them on top of the 7 as I maintain the break. And then I cut everything below the break, flip it over, place it on top, and that has now positioned the 7 reversed on the bottom of the deck, okay? I now kick cut over about 15 cards, more or less, and hold a break. I'm going to grab about 12 cards or so, place them in front of the ace of diamonds. I'm going to cut half the cards from above the break and place them in front of or behind the ace of spades. I'm going to cut all the cards at the break, which is going to have a reverse 7 on the bottom of it, and place them in front of the ace of hearts. And then the final packet is going to go by the ace of clubs. Now I don't want this packet to be too thick, and I want the packets to be roughly about 12 cards each. So I might move some cards around just to balance out the packets. And this one I want to have about 12 cards in it or so, okay? So once you feel like those packets are approximately even, you're going to start with the ace of clubs packet. We're going to fan this out, and I'm going to place the ace of clubs 7 cards from the top. So I do that just by running the card across the cards, and I count. You can hear them click. I count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I slide it in. Once I've slid it in, I now want to count 3 cards past the insertion point of the ace. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and then after I've counted to the 3rd card, I'm going to look and see how many cards are left. In this case, there's 2 cards left over, so 2 is going to be my secret number. If there were 3 cards after I counted 1, 2, 3, then 3 would be my secret number, okay? If there were 4 cards, I would remember 4. But in this case, I slide it in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, card goes in, and then I count 1, 2, 3, and I look and see how many cards are past that, and it happens to be 2 in this case. Okay, so secret number is 2. I remember that as I push the ace of clubs into the packet. I now pick up the ace of hearts, place it on top of the pack, and I'm going to grab these and place them on top. So I'm placing this reverse 7 right on top of that ace of hearts. It's important that you do not flash that and show it. So just grab the ace, put it on top, and bury it. Push it in, okay? And now pick up the next packet, place it on top of the deck, and as I reach for the ace of spades, I push off the top card and I get a little finger break. So I reach down, I grab the ace and say we're going to lose the ace of spades into the pack. I now have a break under the top 2 cards. I'm going to start a double undercut, but as I cut half the cards below the break, maintaining my break here, but I'm going to stop right there. I'm not going to complete the double undercut. So from the front, it's going to look like this. I now take the ace of diamonds, place that on top of this packet, and I'm going to cut everything above the break, place it on top of the ace of diamonds, and then I cut the cards that are left, and I can show the ace of diamonds going into the deck into a random position, okay? You're now ready to produce the aces, so make a magical gesture, whatever. You're going to show that 1 card is going to turn face up. In this case, it happens to be a 7. Now, a 7 is an indicator card. You've probably heard of card counting before. So here, I'm picking up all the cards to the 7. I'm going to use the cards in my left hand with the 7 to flip all these other cards face up. Okay? These are all going to go face up, and they're going to go into the middle of the close-up mat. I now need to get a break under the top 2 cards as I square up the 7, because I'm going to place the 7, including the card below it, onto this packet, which happens to be an ace, okay? So I'm going to square up and say, now you've probably heard of card counting before. That's a 7. That tells me to count 7 cards. So now if I deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you're going to get that ace of clubs, which you placed 7 cards down from the top of the packet at the very beginning. That's why this card appears here. So you can show the first 7, we have the ace of clubs. Now turn these cards face up, drop them on top. You just reversed an ace in there, so you're set for the second appearance of the ace. You say, look, we're going to take the ace of clubs. I put it face up in the packet, and I just tickle the packet. That's going to excite another ace, which causes it to turn face up. Okay, so from here, scoop up all the cards up to the ace. Place your ace on the table next to the ace of clubs, and then put these cards on top of the deck. They now go on top. Now at this point, you need to remember your secret number from the beginning of the trick, which was 2. So you're going to show there's no aces on top, and I'm going to deal whatever my secret number was. It was 2 in this case, so I deal the top 2 cards and show there's no ace on top. If it was 3, I would deal 3 cards. If it's 4, I would deal 4. I then turn the deck face up and show that there's no ace on the bottom. I usually deal the same number of cards from the bottom that I dealt from the top. Okay? Pick these up, place them on the bottom of the deck. The deck is now set to spell to ace of spades or ace of diamonds, whichever one they choose. The cards are in position. So let's say they choose, that's a red card, we'll spell to the ace of diamonds. So just pick one, ace of spades or ace of diamonds. They said ace of diamonds. Good, we're going to spell that, one card for each letter. ACEOFDIAMONDS. And that should get us the ace of diamonds. Now because ace of diamonds spells with 2 more letters than ace of spades, you now know the second card down here is going to be the ace of spades. Okay, so you can say, and look, there's no ace. If I would have missed just by 1 card, if I was 1 card off in either direction, I would have missed. Okay, and now if you pick up this packet, you've got control of that ace of spades. Okay, if they had spelled ace of spades when you dealt down in the packet, then the ace of diamonds would be the second card down here. So you'd get ace of spades, and you could say, look, and if I would have been off just by 1 card in either direction, I would have missed, and then the ace of diamonds is going to be now on top of the packet, and you can just place those there. So either way, you're going to get control of the next ace for the final production. Okay, it's going to be on top of your deck. Now from here, there's 2 different ways I like to end. One way is I might leave it on top of the pack and say, you know what, opposites attract. We're missing the ace of spades. Which one do you want to use, heart or diamond? I let them choose. Let's say they choose the heart, doesn't matter. I'm now going to start a Charlier cut, and I'm going to take the ace of hearts and I'm going to throw it in and say, look, opposites attract. You pick the heart. Look, red attracts black. And then I show the heart attracts the ace of spades. And I can show we've now got all 4 aces. Okay, so again, that card was on top of the deck. They could choose either one of the red aces. Let's say they picked the diamond. I go, look, opposites attract. We just toss it in. Look, red, ace of diamonds, attracts black. I turn these face up and I just one-hand fan them, and I flip that card over to show that it's located the ace of spades. So that's one possible ending. The other ending I like to use, I will take the ace of spades. It's on top of the pack. I will double undercut that card to the bottom. So double undercut it to the bottom. Get it down there. And again, real quick, just hold the break under the ace. Cut half the cards below the break. Cut to the break. And now you've controlled it to the bottom of the deck. And then you're going to dribble the cards to the table and say, just say stop. Wherever they say stop at, you say, do you want me to go up or down? Does not matter what they say. If they say up, you say, fine, we'll go up. That happens to be the 2 of diamonds. I pick up this packet, which has the ace on the bottom, and I drop it on top and say, you got the 2 of diamonds, which is not an ace. But right next door to the 2, we happen to have that final ace, the ace of spades. Okay? Now, just to keep this complete, again, the ace of spades is on top. I double undercut it to the bottom. Just say stop. They say stop. If they say down, you say that's fine. You went down to the 2 of hearts. That's not an ace, but the 2 of hearts happens to be right next door to the 4th and final ace, the ace of spades. Okay, and then you get this really nice production of the 4 aces that you've seemingly fairly lost in the pack in 4 different positions. Okay? So again, that last one, the ace is on the bottom. You're dribbling it to the table. They say stop. It doesn't matter which direction they go. You're always going to place the ace right on top of the card, whether they go up or down. And then it's always going to produce that ace seemingly right next to the card they stopped on. Okay, this is Henry Chris, fabulous 4 aces. Hope you guys like that. Till next time, take care.